Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing about advantages, limitations and applications of electrochemical grinding process. Already the process was discussed in the video number 3, and in this video we will be discussing the advantages, limitations, applications of electrochemical grinding, and additionally we will be discussing about what is electrochemical honing, and along with that electrochemical honing advantages, limitations, applications also, and even the advantages, limitations, applications of electrochemical machining, the major one, that also will be discussing. So mostly I know the important points will be discussing in this video. So first we'll start with the advantages of electrochemical grinding process. So we know that one of the key advantages of electrochemical grinding is the minimal wear that the grinding wheel tool experiences. So this is because the majority of the material is removed by the electrochemical reaction, and that occurs between the cathode and anode. The only time that abrasive grinding actually occurs is in removing the film that develops on the surface of the workpiece. And moving to the another advantage of electrochemical grinding is that it can be used to machine hard materials. So hard materials pose a difficulty to other types of machining due to the tool wear, and that is associated with the machining hard materials, and which can be easily done in the electrochemical grinding process. And even it may come as a bit of surprise that electrochemical grinding can remove materials from a hard surface and experience minimal wear, because most material is removed through electrochemical reactions itself. So the workpiece does not experience heat damage like it would be in the conventional grinding process. And what are the disadvantages of electrochemical grinding? It also has few disadvantages as well. So the system consists of the anode workpiece and the cathode grinding wheel. So in order to create those conditions, both the workpiece and the grinding wheel must be conductive, which is very selective, and minimal numbers are there, and this limits the type of workpiece material that are suitable for electrochemical grinding. And another disadvantage of electrochemical grinding is that it is only applicable to surface grinding. That is, it is not possible to apply electrochemical grinding to workpieces that have cavities due to the grinding wheel's inability to remove the film deposit within the cavity. And one other disadvantage is the electrolytic fluid, which can cause corrosion at the workpiece and grinding wheel surfaces. So lastly, electrochemical grinding is more complicated than traditional machining methods, and this will require a more experienced personnel to operate the machinery, which will lead to the higher production cost. And moving to the applications, where grinding turbine blades, grinding honeycomb metals for aerospace applications, sharpening hypodermic needles, machining a carbide cutting tool inserts, and electrochemical grinding is used to remove surface defects from parts where excessive material removal and residual stresses are undesired, such as reprofiling locomotive gears and removal of fatigue cracks from underwater steel structures. That is, in case of seawater itself, it acts as an electrolyte, and diamond particles in the grinding will remove any non-conducting organic matter such as algae. So before electrochemical grinding begins. And moving to the second part of the process, that is nothing but electrochemical honing. After the electrochemical grinding, we have electrochemical honing. So this process is like a honing process, because here the material is removed with the help of an electrical energy, chemical energy, and a honing process. So for those who don't know, honing is basically an abrasive machining process that produces a precision surface on a metal workpiece by scrubbing an abrasive stone against it along a controlled path. So in honing, a hone tool is used. A hone tool is a tool that simultaneously rotates as well as translates. So high metal removal rates are possible with electrochemical honing, with no thermal or mechanical stresses, and mirror surface finish can be achieved. So in an electrochemical honing process, a direct current power supply is used, of which the tool acts as the cathode and the workpiece acts as the anode. And the pressurized electrolyte is injected to the area being cut at a set temperature, and the feed rate is same as that rate of liquefaction of the material, or the rate of conversion of the material into a liquid state. So in this process, the gap between the tool and the workpiece varies from 80 to 800 micrometers, that is 0.003 inches to 0.030 inches. As electrons cross the gap, material from the workpiece is dissolved as the tool forms a desired shape in the workpiece, and the metal hydroxide formed during the process is carried away by the electrolytic fluid. And this is the schematic view of the electrochemical honing where we could able to see a major component, that is a cathodic tool which rotates and reciprocates, and there is an electrolyte passage, and here actually a pump will be there, and through this pump, with the help of a pump only, the electrolyte will be supplied through this tool holder, we can call it as an electrolyte holder, and basically it is having a cathodic charge, that is a negative charge. And moving to the next one, the major component, that is a workpiece which is kept which is mounted on a workpiece table, where this workpiece is having a like positively charged, that is anodic connection, and again due to this cathodic and anodic, the potential difference will be created, and there will be a, a pump which will carry away the electrodes, electrolytes along with the molten metal. So honing tool is composed of abrasive grains that are bound together with an adhesive. So generally honed grains are irregular shaped and about 10 to 50 micrometers in diameter. So we can call it as 300 to 1500 mesh grit, and smoother surface is produced if small grain sizes are used. And honing tools are more friable as compared to the grinding wheel, so they conform to the shape of the workpiece as they wear in. And to counteract their friability, like honing stones may be treated with wax or sulfur to improve life, and wax is more commonly used for environmental reasons. And honing can be made with any abrasive materials, but the most commonly used materials are corundum, silicon carbide, cubic boron nitride, or diamond. And working of the electrochemical honing, where the electrolyte like sodium chloride and sodium nitrate are used, and the workpiece which is used in the electrochemical machining is a cylindrical workpiece which has to be cleaned from inside using electrochemical honing process. At first, the abrasive tool is inserted into the cylindrical workpiece, and then the abrasive tool which is inserted into the workpiece rotates inside it, as well as have a up and down reciprocatory motion, and electrolyte is supplied to this process inside the cylindrical workpiece using a nozzle. So in this process, the workpiece acts as anode and the tool acts as cathode. So in this process, a constant direct current is supplied. The metal part of the tool, apart from the stone, is conductive. This metal part reacts with the electrolyte. Due to this reaction, the material starts removing from the internal part of the workpiece, and a surface finish is obtained in the inside surface of the cylindrical workpiece. So the final finish is given by the abrasive tool or the honing stone. As the abrasive tool is an insulator, so it will be only used in the rubbing. The final finish is provided by the abrasive tool is very neat and of high quality. And moving to the advantages of electrochemical honing, in this process no heat is produced. Another advantage is that we do not have to do the shaping process after the electrochemical honing process, as both surface finish and shaping is done in the same process. For hard materials, traditional process of machining are not applicable, but by using electrochemical honing, hard or tough materials can also be machined. So very low tolerance is applied in this process, and this process also results in deburring, and no stress is developed as a result of the process. And disadvantages include the cost of the equipment, as usual, like any other NTM process. This is high, and it is only applicable to hard materials, and this process can be carried out by skilled labor only. And moving to the applications, which is widely used in power generation and power chemical industries. It is also used in gear teeth error correction. It is used in increasing lifespan of the roller, gears, sleeves, dies, gears, and internal cylinders. It is also used in processing different materials like carbon, carbide, titanium alloys, Inconel, titanium alloys, etc. Moving to the general advantages and disadvantages of electrochemical machining, where the components are not subject to either thermal or mechanical stress. So no tool wear during electrochemical machining process. Fragile parts can be machined easily as there is no stress involved. Electrochemical machining deburring can deburr difficult to access area of parts, and a high surface finish up to 25 micrometers inches can be achieved by ECM process. Complex geometrical shapes in high strength materials, particularly in the aerospace industry, for the mass production of turbine blades, jet engine parts, and nozzles can be machined repeatedly and accurately. Deep holes can be made by this process. And limitations is it is not suitable to produce sharp square corners or flat bottoms because of the tendency for the electrolyte to erode away sharp profiles, and the ECM can be applied to most metals, but due to the high equipment cost, which is usually used primarily for highly specialized applications. And moving to the metal removal rate in electrochemical machining, where it is C into I into H, which is nothing but specific metal removal rate current in the current efficiency. So the rate at which a metal can electrochemically remove are in proportion to the current passed through the electrolyte and the elapsed time for that operation. So many factors other than current influence the rate of machining. So these involve electrolyte type, rate of electrolyte flow, and some other process conditions. So with this, we will be winding up the first part of module 3, that is electrochemical machining. So under electrochemical machining, even we discussed two major smart types, that is electrochemical grinding and electrochemical honing, along with its advantages, disadvantages, the applications. So in the next video we will start with the other topic, that is electrochemical, that is the chemical machining process. Thank you.